What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Moseder here, and I had to jump out of bed to make this video. I'm literally not wearing any pants, but that's besides the point. Steve Bannon says that Trump will serve a third term in 2028 and that the 22nd Amendment will not be an issue.
I know all the haters hate it, but this is the age of Trump. He's totally redefined politics and power in America. And how did he do that? With no political training, because he was a populist and he was a nationalist at the very moment that if you didn't have populist nationalism stopped the managed decline of the country by the elites of the nation.
And does he need a third term in order to see that job through?
Well, he's going to get a third term. So Trump 28, Trump is going to be president in 28, and people just ought to get accommodated with that.
So what about the 22nd Amendment?
There's many different alternatives. At the appropriate time, we'll lay out what the plan is, but there's a plan, and President Trump will be the president in 28. We had longer odds in 16 and longer odds in 24 than we got in 28. And President Trump will be the president of the United States, and the country needs him to be president of the United States. We have to finish what we started.
Now, I know all you trust the plan folks are out there jumping for joy. You got your popcorn out and you're ready to go because you've been saying that there is a plan and we all need to trust it since 2017. And clearly, there is a plan. I mean, Steve Bannon is someone I generally trust. I believe to be a credible source. I think he's on our side. He's taken a lot of slings and arrows, and he's been very close to the president. And he's coming out and telling The Economist that this is going to happen. Not that it could happen, not that it might happen, that it will happen, and we all need to get used to it. So what could he possibly be talking about? We know the 22nd Amendment lays out pretty clearly that you can only serve 2 terms. And the only way around that would to get a 2/3 majority to change that and amend the Constitution, which seems pretty unlikely. But Steve Bannon didn't necessarily say that Trump will be elected a third time. He said that Trump will get a third term. And he said Trump will be the president in 2028. So what if Trump doesn't get elected a third time, but he remains the president? Is that possible? Well, in wartime, elections can be suspended. Steve Bannon said that we have to finish what we started. And therefore, perhaps by the time the 2028 election rolls around, we'll be in a very, very different scenario in which the American people wholeheartedly support Trump remaining president until the job is complete. And given that we only have 3 years left, and there's so many battles left to fight, and so many deep state players and swamp rats that still remain on the chessboard, I do believe there is a lot more work to be done. And 3 years from now, things can change quite a bit. So I'm not saying I have the answer. I don't think anybody does. But I wanted to start the conversation. What I find most interesting about this is the fact that Steve Bannon is telling this to the media. I don't think he's doing that for no reason. I think he wants to get the conversation started. And so he's putting it into our minds, and now it's up to us to figure out what the heck he's talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor and share this out to your social media pages, to your friends, your family. Start the conversation. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think the plan actually is, or if you think he's just saying this to get the base riled up. Let me know your honest opinion down in the comments section. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.